and Francis. It shall be done right now. The Tale of the Tape brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. The champion Stipe is 35. The challenger Ngannou is 31. Both fighters 6'4" tall. Ngannou weighing in 17 pounds heavier at 263 pounds. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions for our championship main event. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest are David Ginsburg, Chris Lee, and Doug Crosby. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. This bout is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever on a pound-for-pound great network to the UFC that covers 99% of people in the U.S. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Tea Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 11 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6'4" tall, weighing in at 263 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Paris, France, and Beijing, Cameroon, presenting the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the challenger, Francis the Predator Ngannou. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 17 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6'4" tall, weighing in at 246 pounds. Fighting out of Independence, Ohio, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow instructions. You're gonna keep this clean. Touch gloves when it's good.
The heavyweight championship is upon us. How's that ticker, Joe Rogan? You all right?
It's breaking. My heart's going too fast.
Francis the Predator Ngannou, potentially on the cusp of superstardom. First, he must get through the reigning defending champion, Stipe Miocic. Tonight's Fight Club is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Ngannou in yellow out of the southpaw stance. Miocic in the black with gold, befitting a champion.
Ngannou with a high kick to open things up.
And a single leg is the key for Stipe. You got to make the big guys balance. If you make a big guy balance, you wear out the bigger man. It's exactly what DC did as well. You try to shoot double legs on Ngannou. He's got a 20-pound weight advantage over Miocic right now. So you got to stay on the singles because it's less weight that Stipe has to carry, and it'll force Ngannou to carry his own weight. Very smart. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Stipe shooting twice here in the early going.
Right back to the single.
He's got to stay on those singles.
Ngannou pushing down on the head, looking for big bombs.
Goodness, he's coming hard. He knows the shot's coming. If you pressure, you force the shot. That's what Ngannou's going for. He's forcing the shot of Stipe early.
Oh! Big right hand over the top for Ngannou.
He just looks small in there right now against Ngannou. He's got to keep moving just like this. Make him hard to hit. Exactly. Be smart about it.
Good head movement by Stipe.
Better shoot again, though. Get on that leg of...
Oh, he got tagged.
And uppercuts and knees are what he says he's going to use against Stipe to keep him from shooting, and he just landed one.
These big shots take a lot of energy. 90 seconds gone by.
Oh! Big shot by Stipe over the top.
Oh, those twos are getting awfully close. The 1-2 of Ngannou is getting closer and closer. Ngannou is so strong. Watch for him to look for the left knee up the middle. Ngannou, that one. And the underhook is going to be key here for Stipe to control a bigger Ngannou.
Yeah, nice knee to the body there by Stipe.
Stipe should transition to the single second he gets a shot. So much damage already.
Yeah, a little mouse under that left eye of the champion as we hit the midpoint of this first round.
He looks hurt.
Big miss by Ngannou. Not deterred as he presses forward.
Oh, good right hand by Stipe. Beautiful.
He's got to continue to make himself hard to hit in this first round. Weather the storm of Ngannou.
Ngannou has gotten progressively less wild as his career has developed.
Oh!
And that was a pull, too, off the jab of Ngannou.
Beautiful right hand by the champion.
Right over the top of the jab of Ngannou. Beautiful time takedown. And this is where we see what Ngannou is made of.
Side control.
This is where Stipe is looking to dominate the entire fight from this position right here.
And this is what we haven't seen from Ngannou since the Curtis Blades fight.
He's flat on his back, and now we have somebody with the technique to hold him there. In Stipe. Everybody else, Ngannou's fought, he popped right up because of his athleticism. And right now, Stipe's looking for an arm lock. He's trying to set it up. And now he's got to control. Ngannou's looking for a left underhook if he wants to get back to his feet.
Ngannou looks lost.
He's flat on his back.
Yeah, he does not seem to know what to do here.
He explodes. On everybody else, he's been able to explode right up. But Stipe's making the right movements to keep him down.
Miocic getting the ground
Hammer
and pound
fist
going.
by the champ. Oh, he's got a guillotine. Let it go.
Ngannou visibly fatigued as he gets back to his feet.
Good right hand by Stipe.
Ngannou's loading a little too much, and now Stipe's seeing it.
Ngannou's average UFC fight time, just 4 minutes and 6 seconds. He has already surpassed that tonight. Some encouraging signs, though, for the champion for sure in this first round.
And those uppercuts are way too close. Stipe needs to quit ducking. Nice 1-2. Beautiful!
Oh,
he's hurt! Goodness gracious.
Stipe shoots again.
Oh! Wow!
What an awesome first round. Thank you, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
And look at Francis Ngannou labor back to his feet.
Ngannou pretending he's tired.
I don't know about that. Dominic Cruz with the sarcasm. And here we see Ngannou with a big uppercut. Big jab by Ngannou, but a beautiful right hand counter by the champ. And here's the first takedown. Oh, excuse me, this was the second takedown when he got the side control. And there's a beautiful right hand. And then another one, the left hook. And this is the end of the round. All the momentum is on the champion's side right now.
I don't want you in the mid-range, okay?
Francis looks exhausted.
Well, it's been a whirlwind for Francis Ngannou since he knocked out Alistair Overeem back on December 2nd, went back to Paris, France for several weeks. A lot of attention on this young contender.
Incredible amount of attention, but he looks bewildered.
Oh, the weight in his body that he's feeling right now is incredible. That's the first round. We call that adrenaline dump. And that's what I'm seeing in Ngannou right now, is a lot of adrenaline dump. Your body fills up with blood, you feel like you got weights on. Let's see if Stipe can do anything with it. Don't forget, Stipe's hurting a little too. That was no easy round for him either.
No doubt. And as this round goes on, we might see Ngannou recover. But right now, he's not recovered yet. There was a right hand over the top by Ngannou, though.
I mean, his soft punches land hard.
It's amazing. Doesn't even have to land flush to severely hurt the best heavyweights in the world.
Nice deep kick to the gut. I like that by Stipe. Keep throwing to the body. Keep going to the single legs. Don't shoot double legs on Ngannou. He's too heavy, too big, and too strong. You keep the singles, you force Ngannou to be balanced. That's tough for him.
Ngannou is still dangerous, but the most dangerous part is over.
Until he throws another uppercut.
But we've seen Stipe fight at the exact same pace for 5 rounds. There's a beautiful leg kick by the champ.
Yeah, he's just going to touch at Ngannou until Ngannou's got nothing left, I think. And that's a smart plan. Make Ngannou miss, make him balance, touch him, pick at him, and then take him out when he's tired. That's what we're seeing from Stipe so far.
Last time Stipe went into a 5th round was against Mark Hunt, a fight in which he mixed everything up beautifully, landed a UFC record 361 total strikes.
Ngannou's so much slower in this round, and his balance is off. When he's throwing his punches, you can see all the lactic acid buildup in the adrenaline dump. He's just not moving well.
That's going to make him tired, these types of scrambles. You see how he made him balance right there? That's a problem for a big guy like Ngannou. Forget about if he got the takedown or not.
Oh, wee!
It's just a little quicker, and it's causing a lot of problems in this 2nd round for Ngannou.
More composed, too. Not just quicker, but more conditioned and more composed. A guy who's been here before.
That right hand is going to land soon. He's looking for it. That was a sorry kick by him, and he's lucky he didn't pay for it, Stipe.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled out of it.
He second-guessed it.
Yeah.
Marcus Marinelli, head coach of Stipe Miocic. Good shot by Miocic. And he gets Ngannou down again.
Francis is in trouble here.
This is a very tiring position for Francis.
2 minutes.
And Stipe's doing a great job of making him carry his weight here as well.
Just hanging on him.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Just draining him.
Yep. See the power bar going down in the little bar on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's already in the red zone.
And Stipe's just being mean now. That's what this is. This is just, go ahead. I don't care. I'm not getting off of you.
It's being smart.
I promise Ngannou would rather Stipe punch him than do this right now. Because punching him allows Ngannou to get some release, so he's not feeling all that weight. So Stipe would rather hang on and put all that pressure on him, make him carry the weight. Because if you punch Ngannou, he can get up. That's why we're seeing this position here. He's just wearing Ngannou out.
Finally, Herb Dean warns Miocic for some more action here.
Knees to the body would work well for Miocic.
It's amazing that Ngannou is just stuck in this spot.
He's waiting for Stipe to punch him so he can explode up, and Stipe's not falling for it.
Good knee to the body by Stipe, and Stipe drags him easily back down to the ground.
And that's what you do. Keep kneeing him to the body. He can't get up there. Hang on his head, knee him in the body if you're Stipe here. And this is called a spiral ride that we're seeing on Stipe. He's getting out the inside of the groin with his right hand, and he's got on top of the head of Ngannou. It's an old school, just wrestling ride.
A most efficient 2nd round here for the champion.
And now he goes to a 3/4 Nelson, and that keeps Ngannou's head down, and that's exhausting. It cuts the air off in your neck, and your arm can't move, and his weight's on you. It's terrible.
It's interesting, Herb Dean's calling for action, but this is the smart move for Stipe. This is the perfect way to fight. Ngannou's not trying to get up, and Stipe's very smart to hold him in this position and just keep draining him.
Couldn't agree more, Joe.
And dragged him right back down easily again. And now he's on the neck.
Just
There There's the horn signaling the end of round 2. It was all champion as we go back to the corner of the challenger. He is wearing it.
Ngannou was completely
We lost
fair.
2 rounds. You have to go and get him. It's nice what you're doing. Be simple. Be simple.
Sois prudent, il ne peut pas entrer si tu gardes la distance.
Keep your distance.
Jab, genou arrière. Jab, bras arrière, jab, genou arrière. Et si tu prends si te donnes encore la tête d'Orbelin, tu prends la guillotine. Tu peux le soumettre.
You can do the guillotine.
There's that big overhand right by Stipe. And there's the takedown. Drove him across the octagon. Knees to the body by Stipe. Further draining the energy.
Well, once this round begins, it will have been the deepest Francis Ngannou has gone in a fight in the UFC.
Anybody watching Stipe Miocic double legs, pay attention to how he's running his feet the whole time. He doesn't stop on his knees. He gets to his feet and he runs it. That's a proper double leg, and that's what's causing problems and letting him finish it on guys like Ngannou.
Well, Ngannou's style, at least to this point, is such that he expends a lot of energy and not much resistance, but able to work his way to the fence now.
Stay on the single all day if you're Stipe. Ngannou doing the right thing. He's pushing the head down. The problem is he's square with Stipe right now. And he's got to win this pummel if he's going to get off the fence. Otherwise, Stipe's going to transition back to the single, dump it, go back to the double, and put him on his butt.
And Ngannou's defense is so explosive. It relies so much on power and athleticism, and that's drained out of his system.
Yeah, he's got about a round of it, and Stipe knew that. He had to weather the storm. Pay attention to the pummel battle here on the fence. This will dictate who wins here. Right now, underhook's winning. Underhook by Ngannou. Tried it. Too much explosion.
Yeah, too much explosion, and then when he went down, he didn't immediately try to explode back up because he doesn't have the energy for it. So now he's stuck in the same position again.
He's just resting. He'd rather rest because he's not getting hit. This is what Stipe needs to do a little bit more damage here just to make him want to move.
And now Stipe has twice as much time in this position, in theory, as he did in that second round.
He's okay. He's only got 3 rounds in, and he knows the inevitable's coming if he keeps this up.
And now with Ngannou's hand up, knees to the head are open. There's one.
You got to remember, by doing this, Stipe, he also takes away the threat of the power of Ngannou when they get back to their feet if he does get away. So this is the smartest way to do it.
You're looking at a very tired, giant man. He's never experienced this before, outside of training.
Get your kids in wrestling.
In Ngannou's lone pro loss, he did go 15 minutes, but that was very early on in his career.
And it wasn't against Stipe Miocic.
That is true. All right, back to the center here. About 2.5 minutes to go in this third round of a possible 5. Ngannou not doing anything offensively. Just trying to survive, it would appear.
There's a speed difference right now in this third round.
Well, Stipe still has his speed. Ngannou's speed has drastically been reduced. Oof. Still, though.
Power's still there.
Yeah, one of those lands. That's not fun.
Ham hock to the head.
Oh,
that's
big
it.
right for Ngannou.
He hurt him.
That's it. That's all it takes is one of those.
Miocic
Doesn't matter.
wisely
Beautiful knee
shoots
tap.
and lands.
And that's a double leg transition. Ngannou went to whizzer, and he's transitioned to the knee tap. Very
Stipe's
nice.
talking to him. He said something to him when he had him down.
So what'd you punch me for?
Miocic, 4 of 9 on the takedowns, came in having landed an average of just 2 per 15 minutes.
Ngannou's just trying to explode to get up, and Stipe's just not having that. A skillful grappler like Stipe is not just going to let you explode and get up. He's going to adjust every time you explode. He's going to get a better position, and you're just going to waste energy.
The biggest difference about why Ngannou cannot explode as well is the hook of Stipe in the half guard.
Yes.
Now he's got him anchored to the floor right now. Ngannou has to get that leg out from half guard before he can try to dig an underhook and stand up on the fence.
And Ngannou's just eating punches here. He's in big trouble.
He's just tired of being tired. I guarantee you he'd rather eat those shots than try to get up. It's exhausting to get up.
45 ground strikes have landed for one of the best ground and pound guys we have seen in this UFC heavyweight division. 45 seconds and counting in round 3.
Ngannou just does not know exactly how to get up here.
He doesn't even know his leg is anchored.
Yeah.
You see Stipe pull that elbow out in a second. He'll grab that wrist and yank it right out.
There's only so much you can learn in 5 years.
Yeah.
And with world-class training, you can accelerate some of that, but only so much.
See, with that leg caught in there, he can't explode up the way he wants to. He can't be athletic. He has to deal with the problem at hand, which is the leg and then the underhook. He doesn't even know it's in there.
So Ngannou did land one big right hand in that round, but a big one again for Stipe Miocic. Total exhaustion out of the challenger.
He still has power, though. It's still interesting.
I want you to listen to me. Fade him up and then strike, okay? And we need to hit a little bit harder on the ground, okay? Are you doing? Hey, look at me. You're awesome, okay? So you're the champion, you understand? But look, let's just fade him up a little bit, okay? Okay.
When you're on top, hit the underhook and you can use your body to hold him down. They don't have to hold him too much.
Yeah, underhook on your opposite side, okay?
Then you got a
more
strike.
All right, listen.
You can't get the underhook, focus on his hip.
Hey, when you're done punching, you can't stand in front of him still.
And as we see here, big overhand right lands on Stipe, and that's all it takes. He just got to throw it, and there's a chance he can land it. Look at this double leg. He starts with a double, transitions to a knee tap, and then from here, the ground and pound from Stipe, just punishing Ngannou for letting him be taken down. Don't forget, both these gentlemen are completely exhausted. This is a question of who has been exhausted more times in camp, who has felt this type of exhaustion more times in their life, and that's who wins this type of battle.
Well, when it comes to this kind of exhaustion in competition, Stipe's faced it. Right. He's faced it against Mark Hunt. He's faced it against Junior Dos Santos. He's been here before.
And that's why he was mad that anybody gave anybody else a shot against him like Ngannou. That's what he's mad about, that.
All right, not just in camp, but in competition.
Look at that. Side control. Easy.
And now in the 4th round, we're seeing a somewhat one-dimensional Ngannou. No longer has all the skills in the grappling that he does in the 1st round and the 2nd round. It kind of wears down, and we got a one-sided match in the grappling now with Stipe on top.
And he just doesn't seem to know what to do. I mean, when you see him on the ground, he's not scooting his hips. He's not adjusting.
If anything, he should at least be on a hip, not flat on his back, right, Joe?
Well, he's at least trying to get the half guard. He got the half guard, and
do you think that's an advantage here?
If he gets the underhook on the same side, but he doesn't have the energy to get up. See, even if he gets Stipe off him, he's just drained.
He's not quitting,
Stipe's just dropping bombs on him.
He is not quitting, though, and I'll give Ngannou that.
I mean, he's a tremendous fighter. He just has not experienced this yet.
And sometimes you have to go through an experience like this to turn it around and focus on the grappling and everything that goes with this complex sport.
And anybody who says Stipe just hung on him, you couldn't be more wrong.
He's draining.
He's draining him. This is the worst thing. This is worse than getting punched sometimes, feeling this type of exhaustion. For anybody at home who doesn't understand what Ngannou's feeling, it's misery.
And he's slamming elbows into his body, punches to his head. Now Ngannou's trying to get up, and Stipe won't let him. So he's getting more tired.
This is when you start beating yourself because your body's so tired it doesn't want to move. You'd rather take a punch from somebody else than use your own energy to get up.
But it's also, he needs so much energy to get up because he's not getting up with technique. He's just trying to muscle his way to the top, and his muscles are exhausted, so they're just failing him.
What could he do to use less muscle right here, Joe?
Well, for sure, he's got to do something about that arm around his neck. He's got to get out of that position. This is, I mean, he's allowing Stipe to make him carry all that weight, And if he goes down like this, for sure, he should be utilizing that half guard, trying to adjust, trying to get an underhook on the same side, and trying to either sweep or get back up to his feet. But instead, what he tries to do is just muscle his way to the top.
How many heavyweights have we seen Cain Velasquez beat guys in this exact position?
Well, Cain's the master at this,
but
right?
so is Stipe.
Yeah, and Stipe's
this
very
is
similar.
what we're seeing. It's the wrestling background of these two that is in common. And that's what we're seeing from these positions. How he's hooking that ankle is a problem. And then he's got the head. The way that Stipe hooks that ankle keeps Ngannou from standing up even if he wants to. He's got that hook around his ankle. It's called a key lock. And he's got a key lock to get that ankle out. Otherwise, he's not standing up.
Look at these numbers. Shots on the ground. 102 to 1. I mean, it's crazy.
And every time Herb Dean has warned Stipe for more action, he has followed suit with it, thus preventing any stand-up.
Ngannou is still there. Look at this, but he's so tired. I mean, look at this.
And now he's listening. He said, I need more power on the ground. Now he's giving it. That's what his coach has said to him. We need more power in the ground and pound. Here it is. He's throwing it hard. He's digging it in there.
He's trying to get that neck.
Miocic continuing to apply pressure with his weight, with his strikes. Just over a minute to go, round 4.
The way that Stipe's pulling that left leg of Ngannou out is a real problem. It keeps Ngannou from being able to get his hips underneath him. So now it's forcing him to spread out instead of turn into a little ball and stand up. That's a problem. Ngannou's got to get his legs inside. See how he kicks it out? It forces Ngannou to be long instead of a little ball, which is a problem. It makes it easier for Stipe to hold him down.
Boston crowd getting behind the champion Stipe Miocic, trying to slay the dragon tonight. Francis Ngannou has had no answers.
I'm a little surprised that Stipe isn't trying to go for a submission. Francis is so exhausted. I feel like if Stipe took his back here, he would be able to finish him.
Stipe's next submission win will be his first.
I mean, this is crazy.
Well, I think that that's not his bread and butter.
Right. I know it's not his bread and butter, but I know he can do it.
Agreed.
And he's doing it. I mean, this guy's exhausted, and it seems like Stipe's arms are exhausted too from punching.
He is exhausted, but he would rather stay here because it's normal to him.
Yeah. Well, if it's a decision, we're looking at a dominant decision right now for Stipe. Now we're headed into the final round.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You're already up 4 rounds to nothing.
Right.
I agree with you, Joe, 100%.
Okay.
I would like to see them get some ice on Francis, too.
They're warming him up.
I know it's hard for him. You can get it knocked down. Open your eyes. It's hard. We're going to do it. Francis. Go with the jab.
Straight jab on the ground, okay?
Hands tight right off the rip. He's going to come out swinging. He's going to have it little
This is your fight, okay? Just be real safe now, okay? All right.
Let's go now.
Hey, a little more angles too, okay?
So to the surprise of many, I would think we have arrived at this 5th and final round. We'll see if Francis Ngannou can pull a rabbit out of the hat, find a home for one of his patented power shots. It has been all Stipe Miocic here tonight.
Great cut work by House. Stipe's eye looks pretty good after 5 rounds of fighting, and he got cut right in the beginning of it.
Yeah, and that mouse has never gotten any bigger.
He's doing pretty well. They did a good job with that in the corner. He's saying, just come here so I can sock you, please.
Right. Yeah, he's just standing right in front of him.
you.
When was the last time you saw a guy in a world title fight in the 5th round that's this tired? It would have to be Junior Dos Santos versus Cain Velasquez.
He did it to Stipe, did it to him as well. They're very similar in their styles, Stipe and Cain.
But Stipe and Junior in the first fight, when it went to 5 rounds, Junior won. A very, very close fight. I feel like Cain in his prime was this, but his cardio was otherworldly.
I agree. Cardio was a huge thing
And Kane's cardio is just the freakiest thing I've ever seen from a heavyweight.
Agreed. Ngannou's corner to our immediate right going crazy, trying to get some sort of activity, but Francis essentially in survival mode here with 3 minutes and change to go.
You couldn't have mapped out a better way to fight Francis Ngannou than the way Stipe's doing it right now.
Well, it was seasoned and planned and smart. Every tactic, from the single leg with your head on the outside all the way to the hanging on him, all was planned out. Ngannou's looking for the finish with a guillotine. His corners were asking him to go for it in the third round.
Huge discrepancy in terms of total strikes landed. Ngannou does have 4 submission wins to his credit.
Well, he does have the neck here, but Stipe get loose.
He's doing better with the takedown defense, Ngannou. He's not out of this. I mean, this is the best he's looked at the takedown defense, and he didn't look like he was going to be able to defend anything after the first round. So he's actually recovered surprisingly well in this 5th round, considering how he looked in the first.
Well, I think Stipe's tired as well.
Right.
And I think Francis has caught a little bit of a second wind.
Stipe's definitely tired.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weight he's carrying. Remember, 20 pounds is 2 weight classes for a smaller guy, so that's still 20 pounds of weight that Ngannou has over Stipe. That's a lot to carry.
You know, and Stipe's made the argument for a 225-pound weight class that if it existed, he'd be there.
Yeah. So back to the center of the octagon, Ngannou puts his hands on his hips. And if you're Stipe, the clock's your friend.
Yeah, he says, I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you, buddy. Throw your ham hocks.
And Francis is just sort of waiting to get that energy bar back up.
Right. Body just won't do what the mind would like it to. Less than 2 minutes now to go.
He's trying, though. Boy, it's still scary.
Still got pumped.
Stipe checks on the clock.
Watch for those uppercuts. Those are the ones that Ngannou's really good at timing.
Yeah, and when he pulls his hand back, you don't know if it's coming up or over.
Because it's at his hips.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice lead shot there for Miocic. 90 seconds now to go in this fight.
Be interesting to see if Stipe's content with winning a decision or if he has the desire to try to finish him.
That's interesting to me too, Joe. He could easily just get up on the numbers right now,
yeah.
I think, on Ngannou. I think he's got the energy to do it. Or is he just playing safe?
Well, I think he probably also feels like Ngannou's the one who has to come to him if he wants to win.
Absolutely.
He's way ahead.
Agreed.
Certainly some value in these 25 minutes for Francis Ngannou, but not as much as you would think, given that he's really just survived.
But here's the question. Is Ngannou recharging here? Because he's not being pushed. So is Ngannou getting his energy back up? And is it possible he can make another run?
I mean, I think if there was a chance, it'd be now.
Yeah.
As much time as he had to rest.
Yeah, and that punch looked a little faster than some of the ones we've seen before.
Well, now would be the time. 27 seconds and counting.
Oh, flying knee attempt.
And it looks like Stipe's going to underhook his way to the win here. Last 15 seconds.
This should do it. Stipe Miocic putting the finishing touches on a dominant mixed martial arts effort here tonight. They are standing and cheering in Boston. Stipe Miocic has survived and conquered Francis Ngannou tonight. And all indications are, once we get the scorecards, he will be the most decorated heavyweight champion in UFC history.
Yeah, I don't imagine it's even possible that any judge could score that any other way.
Let's pray.
Yeah, what an amazing performance though by Stipe to overcome the storm of the first round and to fight the kind of fight you have to fight to beat a guy like Francis Ngannou.
This fight replay brought to you by Wish, the secret to affordable shopping.
And here we see Stipe Miocic with a big takedown. Ducks under that right hand, gets the single. Trips the far leg. Stipe with relentless ground and pound and pressure just drained Francis Ngannou in these positions. Made him carry his weight, beat him up on the ground. Stepped in with a jab there. Tough fight.
So we go inside the numbers. Total strikes close in round one. Not so much the rest of the way. Big second, third, and fourth round for Stipe. And again, when he told you this week that I'm going to go in there and do this, you know, you believed it. And he certainly executed here tonight. Outstanding performance from the champion, Stipe Miocic. This official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. One final time tonight, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 50-44 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic.
I'm here right now with the baddest man on the planet, the UFC heavyweight champion, Stipe Miocic.
I mean, I'm not the scariest, but I'm the baddest.
You're the baddest. It's unquestionably.
Oh, that matters to me. Dude's a tough dude. It's hard as shit. Caught me in the first round. My own fault, but after that, I took control.
You fought the perfect fight to fight a guy like that, but there was danger in that first round.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was dangerous. Look how big he is. That damn a big dude. Look how big he is. It's a tough dude.
Undoubtedly. What, if anything, was different about this fight than what you anticipated?
Nothing. Everything was supposed to happen. I was just trying to get rid of meat hooks. You got me a couple times. You know, definitely didn't feel good. I was all right though, but you know, gotta get back on the drawing board and get better.
You made history tonight, Stipe. You became the first man to defend the heavyweight title 3 times in the history of the sport. Congratulations for that. And congratulations for cementing your position as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in a very, very tough fight.
Hey, this don't mean shit. I'm gonna be a dad. That's all that matters to me right now. I'm having a baby. Hell yeah!
Congratulations to that too, sir. Stipe Miocic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Francis Ngannou. Francis, the toughest fight of your career so far in the UFC. Tell us, what did you think about the fight?
You know, I think I underestimated a little bit. And he surprised me. He went very smart game plan. And, you know, he did it. He did it well.
You're very gracious in losing. You have had a very short but spectacular career. I'm sure you will only get better after this fight. Thank you for a great fight, and we look forward to seeing you again inside the octagon.
Thank you.
Francis Ngannou, ladies and gentlemen.
Classy of Francis Ngannou to stick around for the interview. Those post-fight interviews brought to you by EA Sports UFC 3. Pre-order the Champions Edition now on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for 3 days early access.
Nice call.